Welcome back to another episode of Books Central Inside the Pages podcast. I'm your host, Abbie, and today I am thrilled to have author David Bates joining us. David has just released his fascinating non-fiction novel, The Truth About Conspiracies, where he delves into some of the most well-known conspiracies and provides evidence to support their authenticity. David, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, Abbie. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to share my research and insights with your listeners.
Fantastic. Now, let's jump right in. Conspiracy theories have always captured the imagination of people around the world. From the moon landing controversy to the assassination of JFK, there's no shortage of intriguing conspiracies out there. David, what inspired you to write The Truth About Conspiracies?
Well, Abbie, conspiracy theories have always fascinated me. I believe they offer a unique perspective and challenge the dominant narratives we are presented with. In my book, I wanted to explore these conspiracies and present compelling evidence to back them up. By doing so, I hope to encourage critical thinking and open up discussions around these controversial topics.
That sounds incredibly intriguing, David. Now, let's dive into one of the conspiracies you cover in your book. How about the widely discussed theory surrounding the moon landing? Many people believe it was all an elaborate hoax. Can you shed some light on this?
Certainly, Abbie, the moon landing conspiracy has been circulating since the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, though it may seem far-fetched to some. Skeptics argue that the United States faked the moon landing in order to assert their dominance over the Soviet Union during the Cold War. However, the evidence overwhelmingly points to the moon landing's authenticity. High-resolution photos, lunar soil samples, and testimonies from astronauts all support the fact that humans indeed walked on the moon.
That's fascinating, David. It's incredible how these conspiracy theories can capture the public's attention. Now, I must ask about another popular conspiracy, the infamous Area 51. What can you share with our listeners about this secretive military base?
Area 51, the epicenter of numerous conspiracy theories. This facility has sparked speculation about extraterrestrial life, advanced technology, and secret government experiments. While it's easy to get caught up in the idea of alien cover-ups, the most plausible explanation behind Area 51 is that it served as a testing ground for experimental aircraft during the Cold War. While there may be no alien conspiracies in the traditional sense, the secrecy surrounding Area 51 has certainly fueled speculation.
It's incredible how these theories capture the public's imagination. Now, David, please indulge our listeners by telling us about one conspiracy that you find particularly convincing and have thoroughly researched.
Absolutely, Abbie. One conspiracy that I find particularly convincing is the theory surrounding the assassination of JFK. While there may be various theories surrounding who was behind it, evidence suggests that there was more to his murder than meets the eye. From inconsistencies in the official reports to witness testimonies pointing to multiple shooters, the notion of a conspiracy in JFK's assassination is hard to ignore. By analyzing various pieces of evidence and exploring different angles, I find it difficult to accept the lone gunman theory.
That's intriguing, David. JFK's assassination remains a subject of great interest and debate even decades later. I'm sure our listeners will have plenty to say about this theory. Speaking of which, I'd like to encourage everyone tuning in to actively engage with us. Leave your comments, share your thoughts, or participate in discussions related to this episode. We would love to hear your perspective on these captivating conspiracies.
Absolutely, Abbie. By fostering an open dialogue, we can explore different viewpoints and challenge our own beliefs. So, listeners, don't be shy, let us know what you think.
Well said, David. Now, before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to share about your book or any upcoming projects?
Thank you for asking, Abbie. I would like to encourage everyone to grab a copy of The Truth About Conspiracies and explore the thought-provoking ideas within its page. As for future projects, I'm currently researching and compiling another book that delves into the secrets of ancient civilizations. Keep an eye out for it.
Fantastic. We'll definitely be on the lookout for your next book. Thank you so much, David, for joining us today and sharing your insights on these captivating conspiracies.
Thank you, Abbie, for having me. It was a pleasure to be a part of this engaging discussion.
And thank you, dear listeners, for tuning in to Books Central Inside the Pages podcast. Remember to leave your comments and share your thoughts on this episode. Stay curious, stay engaged, and keep exploring the truth within the pages of great books.